Okay, so I understand that you have stress and anxiety and you want to know if you would qualify as a disabled person for the purposes of the Equality Act, which would then give your employer the right to make the requirement, should I say, to make reasonable adjustments. So establishing if you have a disability for the purposes of the Equality Act is entirely a legal test, and it does depend on your individual circumstances. The main things to note and the way in which you will prove that you have a disability is if your condition is long term, so if you've been receiving treatment or a diagnosis over a year ago, or it's likely to continue for more than a year, then you would meet the requirement of long term. And then the second thing is, does it have an impact on your day-to-day activities? Now, it may be that you're taking medication, which means that helps you with normal life and that you're able to get on with things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to. So think about it, if you weren't taking medication or you weren't having treatment, how would that impact you on a day-to-day basis? So lots of the time, people who are suffering with stress and anxiety, who I work with, say, if I wasn't taking my medication, I literally wouldn't be able to leave the house. I would have to stay at home. I wouldn't be able to see people. I wouldn't be able to go to work. I wouldn't be able to function in the same way as other people do. So it's list out those things that your condition impacts on a day-to-day basis, like going to the shops, seeing friends, making phone calls, cooking the dinner, looking after yourself, washing and dressing, all of those sorts of things. So if you have a long-term condition and you have an impact on your day-to-day activities, then you are likely to qualify as a disabled person for the purposes of the Equality Act, and therefore your employer would have a duty to make reasonable adjustments to help you and aid you at work.